The phone slipped from my hand and hit the floor. Screen still glowed with the same cold message I had seen for 8 straight years. Call failed. In that moment, something inside me finally snapped. 8 years of birthdays ignored. 8 years of gifts returned unopened. 8 years of voicemail sent into silence. And tonight, standing alone in my apartment with a box of family photos at my feet, I realized the truth. They hadn't forgotten me. They had erased me on purpose. It hadn't always been this way. Once, I was a reliable one. The kid who showed up early, paid for dinners, sent money when someone was short. When my father was hospitalized, I slept on a chair beside his bed. When my sister needed help with her first business, I emptied my savings without hesitation. I thought family meant permanence. I thought love meant loyalty. I was wrong. The silence started quietly. One missed call, then another. My mother stopped answering first. My father followed. Group chats went dead. Invitations stopped coming. I told myself they were busy, stressed, distracted. I sent flowers on anniversaries, expensive gifts on birthdays, handwritten letters explaining how much I missed them. Every package came back unopened. Stamp returned to sender. No explanation. No fight. Just nothing. Friends told me to move on. But how do you move on from your own blood? Every holiday, I set an extra plate at the table. Every year, I dialed their numbers at midnight, hoping this would be the call they answered. 8 years of hoping will hollow you out. 8 years of rejection turns love into humiliation. Then one afternoon, by pure accident, I saw a photo online. My entire family was smiling at a reunion, laughing, hugging, celebrating. They looked complete, whole, and I wasn't missing. I was excluded. That's when I learned the truth from a distant cousin who finally answered me. After a disagreement about money years ago, they decided I was too much trouble, too emotional, too inconvenient. So they agreed together to cut me off completely. No confrontation, no goodbye, just silence. That night, I cried harder than I ever had. And then, slowly, the tears dried. Something colder took their place. I stopped calling. I stopped sending gifts. I stopped begging for crumbs of affection. Instead, I focused on myself. I worked longer hours. I built connections. I invested smartly. Over the years, I quietly became successful, more than any of them knew. And then fate handed me the perfect moment. My parents' house, the one filled with all my childhood memories, was about to be lost. Debt, bad investments, panic. They needed help. And somehow, they found my number. When my phone rang and I saw my father's name, I didn't answer right away. I let it ring, and ring, and ring. Finally, I picked up. His voice cracked with relief, pretending nothing had happened. He talked about family, about sticking together, about how they just needed a little support. I listened calmly. Then I asked one simple question. Why didn't you answer my calls for 8 years? Silence. Thick. Uncomfortable. He muttered excuses. Blamed misunderstandings. Time. Pride. I let him finish, then spoke softly, clearly. I told him I could easily save the house, that I had the money, the power, the choice, and I chose not to. I didn't scream. I didn't insult them. I just reminded him of every call unanswered, every gift returned, every birthday spent alone. I told him I learned how to survive without them, and they would have to do the same without me. Then I ended the call. Weeks later, the house was gone. The family scattered. Suddenly, messages poured in. From my mother, my sister, cousins I barely knew. Apologies. Regrets. We miss you. I read them all. And for the first time in 8 years, I felt peace. My revenge wasn't destruction. It was dignity. It was choosing myself after years of being invisible. They ignored me on purpose for 8 years. I remembered that on purpose forever.